Hi there everyone, I'm the guy with no gamer tag, and today I wanted to talk about a very popular trend in gaming at the moment, and that is the inclusion of battle passes in online multiplayer games. Now the reason I wanted to talk about this is that having now played Apex Legends for its first 2 seasons, I've had a bit of a chance to experiment with battle passes and what I personally think of them. I've had some time to think it over and build up my own thoughts on this kind of system. And I think from a less opinionated standpoint, it's fair to say it's probably one of the better microtransaction systems in gaming at the moment. You pay a set upfront fee, there is a set amount of loot you can earn, and by playing the game you get to earn that loot and get it for yourself. What this does, it means that the players know how much they have to pay, they can pay it up front, and the amount of rewards they get is entirely dependent on how much they play the game. That, on the face of it, is actually a pretty good system. It's entirely controlled by how much the player plays the game, and it's entirely optional as to whether the player buys in. As long as it's done properly, it involves no stat changing items, and it's purely cosmetic items that the player can choose to equip or not. And the worth of the pass is entirely down to the player, and that is what makes it a good system. It's consumer friendly, but it also helps the game grow. It helps drive community engagement. You come back and you play it every week so you can try and grind out these levels. You want to get all the gear, you want to get that top tier level 100 item, you play the game, you keep grinding it out. It engages the players into the game, which is also good for business in terms of the game developers, because they're seeing more players, higher player counts, and it's more likely then that people will buy items due to the law of averages. So overall, it is a pretty good system for both parties. But there is only one small flaw that I see with this system, but I do have to admit it is somewhat of a personal preference. For me personally, I have enjoyed playing the Apex Legends Battle Pass this season. Season 1 wasn't so good because it was just pure grinding and it really didn't feel that engaging. This season, however, it has been very fun. There have been little challenges you can do each week and I have enjoyed doing it. But now I'm up to the mid 70s and level on my Battle Pass, and there's a few more weeks left. I'm starting to find it's a lot less engaging, and that's not necessarily because the game's changed or it's gotten stale, it's just that the amount of time I have to invest in this game to go through the levels and actually get as far as I have means that the game is becoming a little bit less fun for me. Now the fact is that I personally like to play a lot of games. I like to mix and match. At the moment on the go I've got Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 5, Uncharted 4, and then I've got a few other story-based games which I'm waiting to complete Uncharted 4 before I go and start them again. And I like to mix and match. It helps to give variety and it helps to make me think in different ways when I'm playing, and I really like that. I get to get so many different experiences and so many different play styles, and that's what I enjoy about gaming. But the Battle Pass really encourages me to keep logging in and keep playing, which just means that I'm playing one game over and over again, and sometimes I just get frustrated at it because I'm just playing it to get these levels and it doesn't really feel meaningful. But I want to get those items because I've paid for it. I want to get as much of the loot as I can. And that's the main issue I have with this system, is that it doesn't really allow players to actually get much variety in the games they choose to play. Now, as I've said earlier, that is the entire design of the Battle Pass, is to keep player engagement high, keep the player counts high, and keep the overall community engagement high. It really will help them make money, and that's why they include these systems. But for a gamer like me, I'm probably not going to pay for many more Battle Passes simply because I like to play various different games, and whilst leveling them up is fun, getting the rewards is really fun, I don't want to feel almost internally pressured into playing the game so I can get that loot before the season's over. I want to be able to play what I want when I want, and for me a Battle Pass doesn't quite help with that. But I'm interested to hear what you all think. Please feel free to leave your comments in the comments section down below. I've been the guy with no gamer tag, and I'll see you on another video.